Welcome to On This Day, where we look back at the moments that made history, one day at a time. From major world events to the weird and unexpected, every date has a story. So, what happened on 12th of August? Let's find out. August 12th is one of those dates that's packed with moments that really show the range of human history. We've got scientific breakthroughs, famous births, dramatic ends of eras, and even some surprises that changed how we live every day. So, let's see what makes today so interesting. In 1851, Isaac Singer received his patent for the sewing machine. It might sound ordinary now, but back then it revolutionized clothing production. Suddenly, sewing wasn't just slow, painstaking work at home or in tiny shops. It became the foundation of modern, mass-produced fashion. On this day in 1990, the skeleton of Sue, the most complete and best-preserved Tyrannosaurus rex ever found, was discovered in South Dakota. At over 40 feet long with terrifying teeth, Sue gave scientists an incredible look at one of history's most fearsome predators and became a star attraction at museums. Jumping back to 1676, Metacom, better known as King Philip, was killed during King Philip's War in colonial New England. His death effectively ended major native resistance in the region. It's a reminder of the violent, complex, and often tragic story of European colonization. In 1981, IBM released its first personal computer, the Model 5150. It didn't look like much by today's standards, but it launched the era of the PC as something you could actually have at home or in a small office. That little beige box changed the way we work, play, and connect forever. August 12, 1898, marked the armistice that ended the Spanish-American War. It was a short but world-changing conflict. The United States emerged with new territories like Puerto Rico, Guam, and the Philippines, signaling its arrival as a global power. On this day in 1964, South Africa was barred from the Olympic Games because of its apartheid policies. It was a strong statement from the international community that racial segregation wasn't acceptable on the world stage, adding pressure that eventually helped bring change. In 30 BCE, Cleopatra VII of Egypt is believed to have died. She was Egypt's last active pharaoh, famous for her political skill, alliances with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, and for being a powerful woman in a man's world. Her death marked the end of ancient Egyptian rule and the start of Roman control. In 1944, Joseph P. Kennedy Jr., older brother of future President John F. Kennedy, died during a dangerous WW2 mission in Europe. He was originally seen as the family's political hope, so his loss changed the course of the Kennedy dynasty forever. Love discovering what happened on this day in history? Hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. On August 12, 1877, Thomas Edison recorded the first ever sound using his phonograph. Mary Had a Little Lamb. It was scratchy and simple, but it marked the birth of recorded audio, paving the way for music, podcasts, and even this video you're watching now. In 1953, the Soviet Union successfully tested its first hydrogen bomb. It was a terrifying leap in destructive power, raising the stakes in the Cold War and kicking off an even more intense arms race between the US and USSR. In 1908, the first Model T Ford rolled off the production line. Affordable, reliable, and easy to fix, It put ordinary Americans on wheels. Roads were built, suburbs spread, and car culture was born thanks to Henry Ford's vision of cheap, mass-produced transportation. On this day in 2012, the London Olympics came to a close with a huge celebration of British culture and music. The Games had seen new records, emotional wins, and unforgettable moments, and the closing ceremony was a spectacular way to say goodbye. In 1969, the Woodstock Music and Art Fair kicked off on a farm in upstate New York. What started as a plan for 50,000 people turned into over 400,000, showing up for 3 days of peace, love, mud, and music. It became the ultimate symbol of the 1960s counterculture. And in 1922, the famous Irish writer George Bernard Shaw turned down the Nobel Prize money he won for literature. He accepted the honor but refused the cash, saying he didn't want to be turned into a public institution. Leave it to Shaw to make even an award controversial and entertaining. That's what happened on 12th of August throughout history. Made it this far? Drop your favorite historical fact in the comments. Learn something new? Hit subscribe and come back tomorrow. You never know what the past has in store.